Welcome, Crush fans, to the first episode of the CrushCast for the 2021 season. This episode is brought to you by Guthrie Medical Center in Cortland, New York. Guthrie Medical Center, bringing Cortland the best in medical care for over 125 years.
This is Matt from Anderson's Farm Market and Country Store in New York, the fruit and veggie people. Hey, we've got an awesome St. Patty's Day sale. $3.99 on a 10-pound bag of potatoes and only 29 cents a pound on green cabbage grown right here on the farm. We still have lots of New York State apples, all that great New York State cheese, local eggs, local milk, frozen meats, yummy baked goodies from our bakery, daily hot food specials. Hey, you got to take a look at Facebook. There's always great stuff on there. Just come up and see us 3 miles north of Homer on Route 281. See you later. Bye-bye.
Hello, Cortland Crush baseball fans. CrushCast is back. I'm your host, Steve Durr. And for the first 2021 edition, we have videographer Craig Mahar here, along with director of events, Caroline McGraw. How are we doing today?
I'm doing good, Steve. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Caroline, you having a good day as well?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
So, Craig, I'll start with you. You're the videographer this year, and also you're doing some production with the podcast that we have and also the Cortland Crush Baseball Network. Can you elaborate on your position for this upcoming season?
Yeah. So I'm handling videography for the Crush. I've been doing videography. I've been into it for a couple of years now. I took a couple classes at Cortland, and I've kind of always just been into, video production and media and things of that nature. And when Bill reached out to me, I was in a class actually in my pre-internship class, and Bill reached out to me because he heard that I did videography. And he told me that, the Crush had never had a videographer, and that sounded like something that, he would like to incorporate into his system. So that sounded like a really good option to me. And I was excited to, try to bring, whatever I could to the table in terms of, bringing something new. So for the most part, I'm going to be editing the, this podcast, the CCBN show. And I also handle a lot of the social media posting throughout the week, but we all kind of play a role in the social media posting. But that's the majority of what I do for the Crush.
You've done a wonderful job so far. Caroline, you're the director of events for this upcoming summer and also the preseason. What drew you towards that position?
Yeah, so I grew up actually in Oneonta, New York, and I grew up around baseball, so I knew I wanted to kind of work in baseball. And when I was younger, and in high school and a lot of through my college years, I worked in baseball. So I worked for the Oneonta Outlaws 2 summers ago, and I worked with a lot of game day events stuff. And I also did time at Cooperstown All-Star Village, which is in Oneonta. And I also did, I worked for SUNY Oneonta, and they have Cooperstown Dreams Park there. And so I did a lot of the stuff in baseball. So I knew I wanted to work in baseball and work in events. So I'm really interested in working with events and fan experience.
Yes, Cooperstown, really just the home of baseball. Even when I was a child, I always dreamed of just going to Cooperstown. The Field of Dreams tournament, and was something that every kid always looked forward to growing up, especially if you played baseball. Now, I wanted to talk about a little bit of the preseason promotions that you guys have already started working on, one of them being TUNESDAY. Now, Craig and Caroline, could you elaborate on what TUNESDAY is? I know you've been posting it on the Cortland Crush Twitter and the Instagram, but what was the idea behind the concept of TUNESDAY?
So for Tunes Tuesday, it's basically a shareable Spotify playlist that we come out with every other week. And when I was originally coming up with the idea, I wanted to do something that would bring people together and connect our fans, players, and coaches. So every other week, we come out with a playlist, and they have different themes. And this week's theme was walkout songs. So you'll see that this week. It came out on Tuesday. So by the time you see this, that will already be out. And music has a way of connecting people, and during these uncertain times, music really has the power to bring people together.
I completely agree that music's a perfect way to do that. And I'm looking at the list here for the walk-up songs, and there's a lot of interesting ones. So, Craig, I want to start with you. Which one is your favorite walk-up song out of all these?
There's a wide variety here. Probably have to go with "Hypnotize" by the Notorious B.I.G. That's a classic.
That's perfect. That's
classic.
exactly what mine.
I do like "Kickstart My Heart" by Motley Crue. Great intro, great 15 seconds, pretty much all you need for a good intro song. And "Public Service Announcement's" always a good one by Jay-Z. Probably my personal favorites.
And Caroline, what about yours?
Well, I like when players have country songs and they are walking out. I don't know, I just think it's different. So "The Dirt on My Boots" was a good one. There's some other good ones on there. "Castaway" by Zach Brown Band.
Like I was talking about it with Craig. "Hypnotize" was mine. When I played baseball in high school, I actually was a pitcher, but so I never really got to hit. So I didn't really get many at bats, but it's really funny. So I kind of like the beat with "Hypnotize." So walking out with that, even though I was a pitcher only, just walking out with that song I thought was kind of comical in a way. So I just used that to let it go. And also has a great beat. Let's go back to 2 weeks ago with TUNESDAY. You guys did a starting lineup. Some songs included was "Cruise," "We Major," and "Wild Slide." What was the concept behind the starting lineup TUNESDAY?
Well, we wanted to get people excited, so we wanted to feature some of our songs for that week and some of our players and their suggestions and their requests for that. So it was our first week, so we really just wanted to get people excited about our playlist.
And if you had to pick a week so far, which one do you liked better? Do you like the walkout songs better or the starting lineup songs better? Craig, I'll start with you.
Personally, I like the favorite songs better, the starting lineup songs, just because there's a little more variety and a little more things that I like. I'm a big hip hop fan, but I also like classic rock. I'm a Grateful Dead fan too, so I was surprised to see a Grateful Dead song in there, but I think overall last week would probably be my preference.
And Caroline, which one was yours?
Yeah, I would agree with Craig. I liked last week's better. We had a couple good songs on there. We had a few songs that are on TikTok. And also we had "Fireflies" on there, which is a good throwback. And, we also had "Center Field" on there, which is like a classic baseball song that you hear at
Very classic,
baseball
yes.
stadiums around the world.
And you mentioned TikTok. Of course, TikTok is now the new way of how many people, especially in the youth, get their music. So it's kind of fun to see how that really evolved. So shying away from TUNESDAY, let's just talk about other promotions for the preseason of the Cortland Crush. Do you have any little things you can spill for the Cortland Crush baseball fans for what is coming up?
A lot of our content preseason is going to be either the CCBN show, the CrushCast, and TUNESDAY. TUNESDAY is it's going to be a big focus of ours in the coming weeks. It got a lot of good reception. Bill is a really big fan of it. So we're going to keep pushing with this one a lot. When the season comes a little closer, we actually just created a Cortland Crush Snapchat and a Cortland Crush TikTok. So there's not too much we can do preseason with that without the players here. We want to really make those platforms interactive, maybe more behind the scenes, funny stuff with the players. So we're not going to be focusing on that too much during the preseason. But once the season comes along, we're definitely going to start incorporating that and, adding just a new side of our media, because you don't really get to see the behind the scenes too much, with the Facebook and Twitter and the generic, platforms. So really excited for that.
It sounds really exciting to really bring the fans close to the players as much as you possibly can. And especially with COVID, who knows how close the fans really will be able to get this summer when the season gets on a roll. I think that's two really good ideas, especially with the Snapchat kind of taking you in to almost like the life of the players. Very, very good idea. The TikTok, obviously going with this age of social media, trending as one of the top apps, if not the top app for social media. So two really good ideas, I think, would really be a great opportunity to involve Cortland Crush fans.
Hey Crush fans, today's broadcast of the CrushCast is brought to you by Cayuga Medical Center, a member of the Cayuga Health Systems. Cayuga Health, the right care, right here.
This episode of the CrushCast is also brought to you by Tompkins Trust Bank in Cortland, New York, where no matter what your business goals are, they have a variety of options to fit your needs. Locally owned, trustworthy banking.
Now with preseason, who really cares about that? We just want to get some baseball going. So what about the in-season promotions that are expected to happen this upcoming year for the 2021 season, Cortland Crush Baseball?
Well, we're actually planning to incorporate Tunes Tuesday on our Tuesday night games. So we really want to get our fans involved in our song selections. We want our fans to have a say in the songs we play at the ballpark. So we're going to have them on our Tuesday games select songs and send in song requests so we can do that for them and get them really excited about our Tuesday games.
And other than the Tuesdays that we have, is there any other cool promotional ideas that are going to be shared with the Cortland Crush baseball fans?
We, our Father's Day weekend, we might have a couple of big sponsors that night, whole weekend. We're going to have fireworks maybe on that Friday night. It's going to be a big weekend overall with our fans.
That sounds really exciting and a special time for the fathers. A lot of fathers love the game of baseball. It's a perfect opportunity for that. So now let's have a little fun here with some questions. What would be your go-to baseball song? Not necessarily a walkout song, but when you think of this song, you think baseball. And I'm not counting center field because that is the most obvious one out there.
I might catch some heat, but being a Boston sports fan, I gotta say Shipping Up to Boston. I gotta say that one instantly just 04. It just brings back a lot of memories.
Oh. I'll just say mine would be New York, New York now because as a huge Yankee fan, that's a beautiful one. Just thinks of great moments in the stadiums I've had there. But Caroline, what about yours?
Well, obviously I have to say Sweet Caroline. 7th inning stretch for the Red Sox.
Honestly, I am a big fan of that for baseball. I think that's a really cool moment for the fans. Just like kind of think of the swing and all that stuff. Fans together. It makes me think of this unity, that song. So that's honestly a good choice that I respect a lot. Not Picking Up the Boston, but that song kind of fires people up sometimes when it comes to pregame stuff. Now, who are your favorite artists?
My favorite artist at the moment, personally, well,
there could be mood artists.
Who?
Mood, for your mood.
That's a good point. I think all-time favorite artist would have to be Mac Miller. Rest in peace to Mac Miller. He's a big inspiration to me. I don't know if you ever heard of Smino. Smino is an up-and-coming. He's out of St. Louis. He's about to blow up. I'm telling you, he's probably my favorite artist right now that's like on the rise, personally.
And Caroline, what about your favorite artists?
I'm just going to say it, Justin Bieber. I'm a long-time Justin Bieber fan, so.
Were you one of the believers growing up?
Oh, yeah, of course.
So are you more of a fan of Justin Bieber's work today, or are you more a fan of Justin Bieber's work when he first got famous?
Probably more today. Like, every once in a while in the car driving up to school, I'll put on some old Justin Bieber, but more of his recent albums and stuff, like a few songs came out,
Hey, he's an inspiration to many people in this generation, especially around our age. Now, favorite ballpark snack?
Popcorn.
Popcorn, really?
Yeah.
I feel like that's more of like a basketball game kind of snack.
I don't know. I just feel like, popcorn is always a good choice. I mean, the peanuts, they make a mess. So
you make a mess. That is a problem. What about yours, Craig?
I mean, you can't go wrong with a ballpark Frank, right? I mean, I feel like that's always just my go-to. It's classic. You can't really mess that one up unless it's just a bad batch. But I'm always satisfied with mine.
Ketchup or mustard?
Both.
Both. You go both.
Yeah. I'm pushing the
What-
envelope.
You got like the relish on top. Would you go with the full send hot dog here?
don't
This is
go
really
that
important
far.
for the fans.
Yeah, no, I don't go that far. I mean, I'm open to it. I was always a picky eater as a child, so I've only like really dove into the mustard and ketchup, but hey, maybe someday.
What about your favorite baseball memory that's obviously not associated with the Curling Crush, because we all love the Curling Crush here, but outside the Curling Crush, what is your favorite baseball memory?
Caroline, you go first.
Well, I would say for mine, growing up as a kid, I was always, around baseball. I went to a lot of like little league games for my brother, and we had the Oneonta Outlaws, and at Damaski Field, like we were always there, and it's a great like family experience, to go with my family and see my friends. So I mean, that's just a general thing, but it's always a fun time at the ballpark.
Craig, you had all this time to think while Caroline gave a wonderful answer here about growing up and with the Oneonta Outlaws. What is your favorite baseball moment, or even go moments?
I don't know if I can top that. Like she really had the background. But I think I remember one specific time going to a Red Sox game in 2007. It was it 2007? Yeah, it was in 2007, and I remember Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen just got traded to the Celtics that season too. And I remember just going into, for some reason, I have this vivid memory of going into a merchandise store on Quincy Market and seeing these new Kevin Garnett jerseys. And I picked one up, and that was the year that I, kind of fell in love with basketball too. So That was just a great year in Boston sports. I think I just really liked that time in life, the 07, 08 range. It was a beautiful time.
Sounds like a wonderful time for a Boston sports fan. Sounds like a terrible time for me. But I was lucky for growing up. I happened to be in 2009 when the Yankees won the World Series. I was there with my father, and it was a really cool moment. So that's definitely up there for one of my favorite baseball memories. But Caroline and Craig, thank you so much for coming on to the first edition of the 2021 CrushCast. Make sure to tune in 2 weeks from now. We got another fun-packed CrushCast episode. I am your host, Steve Durr, and enjoy the rest of your week, everyone.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.